Welcome back, viewers. This is the next video of the series Virtualization CBTs series, and we are covering XEN at the moment. This particular video segment is going to demonstrate how do we install para virtual drivers on a Windows HVM machine. Why we use para virtual drivers? As explained earlier many times in previous videos, an HVM is hardware assisted virtual machine which uses the extra features available in modern processors such as Intel VTX and AMD V. These are the hardware assistance extensions added by these two vendors mainly. However, once you create a hardware assisted virtual machine, it's still it's presented with an emulated version of various hardware components of your physical host, which is not very efficient. Whenever emulation is involved, it slows down things. By installing para virtual drivers, basically what you do is that you remove that emulation and provide a direct interface to the hardware assisted virtual machine, so that it can interact directly with the underlying domain 0 using hypercalls. That's the benefit of para virtual drivers. Mainly these drivers address the disk, the network, and two more things I'm forgetting right now. But anyway, we'll see to it. What is the procedure? The procedure for you, I've kind of streamlined it. These are all links worth studying. What you need to do to land directly or hit the bullseye, you need to go here, Mido Court downloads. Okay, let's open this here, and you can read what is written here in XEN source GPL para virtual drivers. And there's an interesting case here in Win 2003. Someone tried to install Windows 2003. What's wrong with WBITT? Okay, no, this is not needed right now, so XEN hypervisor. Okay, midocore.org. This is the website which has all the GPL version of drivers. Why GPL? When you read all these links from here, you will realize, you'll come to know that Citrix XEN provides its own proprietary para virtual drivers with its XEN server, which you cannot use directly and cannot download directly as well. Then VMware provides its own proprietary para virtual drivers. Then Novell also provides its own proprietary para virtual drivers. So everyone provides its own para virtual drivers to speed up things in the virtual machines which are created as fully virtualized or hardware assisted virtualized machines. So a movement was started to create GPL para virtual drivers, and this is what is it about. It's a long detail. If you actually want to build these drivers, for me it's very painful procedure. You need all the DDKs and SDKs. You see here, if you download the source code, you need to use all this and build the drivers. So, and this is one guy who has installed this Windows 2003 under XEN, and he mentions how he did it. It's mentioned here on his page. So the summary of all this reading is that midocore.org is the ultimate target. Here you will find GPL para virtual drivers for Windows 2003's 32-bit and then there are versions which were released on different dates. So you have to see which one is the latest for your version of Windows here. So you will see 2003 32-bit and 64-bit drivers released under different dates. You select the latest one, then this is, I don't know, this is free Win XP something. There is some method to read it as well, but I just forgot. Vista 2008 32 and 64-bit, and they were released, like, this is January 2010. This is Vista 2008 32-bit. This seems to be the latest for Vista. For XP, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first check which one is the latest date. Okay, these 4 lines are the latest dates, and these 2 lines are the March 2010. So I'm going to select any of these 2, right? One is debug package, which I don't need. One is the direct package, which I need. So I can click on this one, and it will download. Save file. Okay, Windows XP, fine. It's 2.5 MB only, it's not much, just 4 drivers. Why so much of time? 27 minutes. Oh man, I should have it somewhere downloaded. And let me see, I have it here. SU, okay, here. Yes, I have this here already. GPL PV XP. If this is, I hope it's not the one which I'm downloading right now. No, I downloaded it on 26th April, and today is 8th May. Of course it's old one, means I downloaded it earlier. So how do I access it now? This is Linux, and my virtual machine, where is that? Oh, I did not even start it. Let's start this machine, because I need to access these drivers. So what I've done is, there are 2 methods. What you can do is either do it through FTP. You can put this driver in the same location where your your document root on the physical host, or you can create a Samba share and start the Samba service. Let's check if service Samba status. Oh, sorry, SMB. I'm growing old, I think. It's stopped. So start it. I've already added a user for the a Samba user for the Unix user training. I should be able to access it. This one is booting up. Where is the screen? It's here. So let's do full screen. Come on. You know, I would never use Windows, of course. I'm just going through all this pain because it's an interesting exercise for me. And of course there are people out there who want to use Windows for one reason or the other inside their physical host, running it as a virtual machine for God knows whatever reason. So for them, of course, once they see, oh, it's performing very slow, they would directly accuse Linux and Xen, which I would not like to happen. That is why I'm showing you that how you can improve the speed or performance using certain methods. Alright, so I can use this control panel. Okay, wait, I know this will irritate you. Let me just, because this current screen irritates me a lot. Apply. Okay, and going to disable this. Okay, apply. Fine. This is now much easier on my eyes. Okay, so I can go to network places and I can type in the IP of my physical host, which is accessible from here, 192.168.122.1. The beauty of virtualization. It asks for the username. I type in training. I type in the Windows Samba password. Okay, so I directly go in the home directory. No need of configuring any complex Samba shares. Okay, what do we have here? Windows XP GPL paravirtual version 1.x.y.z. Okay, let's copy this. Let's copy this here. What's this? How come this page has security flaw? Yes, I want to continue. Windows is just insane. Okay. Alright, so minimize this because I've already copied the drivers here, the 2.5 MB file. So I run this. Before I run this, I'm going to show you one last time the device manager. Oh, come on. Alright. Properties, hardware, device manager. Maximize this screen. Okay, this disk drive will change from QEMU to XEN. Display driver will hopefully remain same. Probably this will also change. This will also change probably. Network adapter will surely change. I believe this other devices will also show up as some XEN device, something. So this is the state right now, and after installation of the drivers, let's see what the state would be. Welcome to GPL Drivers. Okay, accept, next, complete. Or you can even see what it will include by doing custom. Certificates, docs, drivers. What are the drivers? XEN PCI driver, XEN virtual block device driver, which is for the disk, XEN SCSI driver, XEN network card driver, and XEN USB driver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers will be installed. Okay, so I say complete, I press install and cross my fingers and see what happens. There is an uninstall.batch script as well provided with these. I'll show you here. You see this uninstall.txt? It shows you how to uninstall the driver from your Windows if it's already installed. They recommend that to be on the safe side, you should always run the uninstall first. So if there are any traces of the XEN drivers, it removes them first and then installs the new ones. Come on. sometimes it automatically rolls back as well. Like I installed Windows 2000 and I couldn't find GPL PV drivers for Windows 2000 on this midocode.org. So what I tried installing 2003 drivers on top of it. It did all the installation, and then at the end it started rolling back drivers and uninstalled it automatically and stated that this version is not compatible with this version of Windows. Of course, Windows 2000 is now 10 years old. Who would use Windows 2000 now? I wonder. Come on. I see from here a lot of disk activity. Okay. On my physical host, the disk icon is blinking on the machine. I hope you all are enjoying these videos. I would surely welcome any feedback, whether is there anything missing from these videos, is there anything to be improved upon, is there anything else which can be done, etc, etc. I would surely appreciate. So please do let me know your feedback. Okay, it says completed GPL drivers, finish button to exit setup wizards. Apparently there was no problem, so let's press finish. Must restart. Okay, restart. So let's see restarting. Oh, I got hiccups. Okay, shutting down. Going down now. Okay, restarted. Booting from CD-ROM? Why should it boot from CD-ROM? Oh, it's booting from disk now. It did give a message of booting from CD-ROM, but then nobody pressed any key, so it started off from the hard disk, from this virtual disk. Okay, it's starting. 85% CPU usage. Shouldn't be concerned about it at this stage. I just recalled one of my clients is still using Windows 2000 to do some data processing. Oh man, what a waste. Okay. Right, this is... Should I be concerned about the CPU graph anymore? I guess not. So let's do full screen here. Let's wait for this Windows to appear. Come on. Okay, great. So it booted off at least without any problems. Close this. My computer might be at risk. Yes, till the time it has Windows, it might be on risk. My computer properties, CPU, hardware, no, overview, 88%, never mind, full screen. Oh, it's detected the CD-ROM, so what do I do? Exit? Okay. Hardware, device manager. Full screen. It will show conflict on two things. Yes, it's there. Because these devices are removed. Realtek device is removed, in fact, and XEN network device driver has taken over it. So it will always appear as this yellow caution mark. or exclamation mark, and this ID driver is also removed because XEN has added SCSI block device drivers. So these two will always show as exclamation marks. Nothing to worry about. Even if you uninstall them, they will appear again, but there will be no drivers and no resources attached to them. These two devices, they will always show like this. Now see what's the differences. What are the differences? Click disk drives, you see XEN para virtual disk SCSI disk device. Before it was QEMU disk driver. Display driver is same, nothing special. DVD is also changed to XEN PV CD-ROM SCSI device. Yeah, we'll activate if we need to. Floppy, not needed. Not needed. IDE, not needed anymore. Monitors, not needed anymore. It's still the same. The main important thing is XEN PV devices here, XEN disk devices here. Processor is same. SCSI devices are added here. Remember, it was showing some PCI device. This is that SCSI rate controller now. And sound devices we don't need. System devices, XEN PCI device driver is also here. And USB is still the same. Okay, so this was how you would install XEN para virtual device drivers on your Windows XP. The same procedure applies for Windows 2003 and 2008, and that's all. It was very simple. Remember, I must warn you for something. This topic or this window is done. I don't need it anymore. But I just want to show you one disk here. C drive. Is it here? Yes, C drive. Remember, in older documents in XEN source and elsewhere on the internet, it specifies, because they were using other drivers, those documents specify that para-virtual drivers cannot be installed on this disk. You must have a normal boot disk for your Windows, such as C drive, and add additional drive here, D drive, where you would install or for which you will install the para-virtual drivers. This is not true anymore. Close this. This is not true anymore. Also, in older documents they mention that you have to modify the config file of this virtual machine WinXP, which is the HVM machine, and you have to modify the disk here and specify other parameters such as IO, MMU, etc., and tweak a few other things, and also specify two different disks. One would be C drive without those special parameters, and one would be D drive here with special parameters mentioned. With these PVL paravirtual, with these GPL paravirtual drivers, you don't need to change anything. They will install on your normal Windows C drive here, and no need to change any configuration file, any underlying configuration file in the physical host, XEN physical host. Okay, so GPL paravirtual drivers take care of everything themselves. This was all. I believe I must close these videos for today here at this point. Stop it and call it a day. So what we covered in this video segment was how would you install para-virtual drivers on Windows. The way I've shown you is on Windows XP. The same principle or technique and procedure applies of installing para-virtual drivers on Windows 2003 as well. This makes it work very fast and almost near native speeds. Means Windows XP now is performing on near native speed as an HVM. It's no more running on the emulated hardware anymore. It's near native speed. Or you can say near bare metal speed. Okay, shut down already. So this was it. I hope it was useful. Again, as I was mentioning, I would really appreciate feedback, um, any kind, any criticism, anything is welcome, so that I can improve these videos, or improve the future videos at least. Thank you very much for watching, and see you and meet you in the next video. Bye.